I've been working on a bridge a long, long time, and I think it grows on you. I think it does. It actually takes over your life, because obviously you've got to come here every day when you go to work. But then when you leave work, then people always ask me then how the bridge is and all. It don't ever seem to leave me. It's always with me somewhere. And sometimes you have the odd dream of what's going to happen. It's always on your mind, and I don't mind it being like that. I just love the bridge, and it's a way of life. It just adopts you. I think the best part of Newport is meeting the people who live there. There's a lot of them come on the bridge, and they're so happy just to come on there with their children and with their friends. I don't think really my girlfriend likes me talking about the bridge too much, because I'm bridge all the time, and it's not me, it's people ask me about the bridge. But when we go anywhere or I'm on the phone to anyone, they always mention the bridge, and I look at my girlfriend and she gives me the daggers. She thinks I love the bridge better than her, but I do.
My grandfather was from Jamaica, and he came to Newport Dock before the First World War. Post-war, disrupted Europe, and if there were new immigrants to Newport, they usually came to Pobl to live. And the work was down here. It was very prosperous.
Newport Transport Bridge was built for the heavy industry around Newport at the time, especially John Lysets, who rolls the coils and does all the treatment to the coils. If it wasn't for John Lysets doing that type of work, the Transporter Bridge wouldn't be here to this day.
My father was awarded a plaque for 50 years service, and it was awarded by the managing director of ABP, and he was very proud of his plaque. He started as a messenger boy, and when he started at 14, the Pill councillor, that was also the inspector, took him under his wing and then worked his way up to chief inspector. Oh, that was when he was a shunter. The managing director's secretary took that photo, and she said he was very polite. He didn't have a terrible mouth like some of them on there. I suppose quite shy till he had a drink. But he was good at sport. I suppose that would lift his self-esteem up. It was a lot of sport in Pill then.
He's Steve Sims, a 23-year-old from Newport, and Pat Cowdell's been asked to defend his title against him.
Old fight bills festoon the walls of Billy May's gym in Newport. The great names of the past remind today's youngsters of the fame and fortune that can be won with skill and a lot of hard physical effort.
My name is Steve Sammy Sims, and I used to run up the Transporter Bridge steps. I started off with Kung Fu and I became a black belt. And then I popped to a boxing gym to practice the speed of my hands on the punch bag. And then I decided to have an amateur boxing fight. My dad and my mum didn't want me to box. He was too nervous. He thought I was going to get hurt.
Already he's the #1 contender for the British title. He could be champion next year because he's the same hungry fighter that manager Billy May discovered 2 years ago.
My manager came up with the idea because I was fighting for the European title against Loris Stecker in Sardinia in 1983. He decided to step up the training and to run up the Transport Bridge every morning for 2 weeks. I went, oh God, how hard is this training gonna get? I didn't think I was gonna make it. But the very first time I'd done it, Billy decided to have the BBC film me doing it. And I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop then. He's crafty, he was crafty, he was. It was the hardest training session that I've ever done.
I was driving past Newport Transporter Bridge after being on the building sites for 4 years, and we had a bad year that year where it's raining, cold. Everything was going wrong because I'd done engineering work all my life since I was 12, more or less, going to work my father. And I pulled in on the transport bridge and I said, I'm only come to see if there's any work going on. And I was shopping with my girlfriend on a Saturday, and my phone went, and there was Trevor, who I spoke to Friday about having a job on the transporter bridge. For the first day I started, I was one of the first on site, sat in my van, and there was a guy riding up on a motorbike. So I was looking at him, and then he turns into where the workshop is on site of the transporter bridge, and he pulled in there. He waved to me, I waved back at him. So I looked at him, I thought, well, is that the guy I gotta see? And then there's another guy then coming up over the bridge, a little fella called Billy the Bridge.
I think I was about 8 when Dad got a job on the bridge. I remember him being really happy, and I think because they all grew up in Pill, I think everybody in my family just loved the transporter bridge. I remember him being really happy. I think he loved it more than us lot, to be honest, because he was always in work. He never ever had a day off work. He just, yeah, he loved the bridge. There used to be a huge park, and we'd go over and we'd spend the day when I was a child, and then in the workhouse with Dad.
Everybody knew him, and his children went to school. Janet went to school with my children. He was always about. This end of Pill he was anyway. He was just well known.
He'd always used to carry a little plastic carrier bag, guaranteed every day, and he always had a rollie in his mouth. And that always made me laugh at him, to see him coming down the road.
He just always had a carrier bag. My mum bought him a lovely bag and he wouldn't have it. He had to have and he'd be a quick save carrier bag in them days. Always in shorts, with a tan and a carrier bag. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have been down, I have seen them. No, exactly the same. And I bet there's dirty cups in the kitchen. Oh, they even got these are my tags. But my mum's, gold ones. See the station cups? Oh, they're quite clean. It was exactly the same. It's really weird. They said that at his funeral, that he would have my children, they'd have them all weekend, and Dad would sneak off and go and get one and bring one back. And he'd say he was doing something else, and then he'd come back with, say, Jake in tow, and Martin would be like, where have you been? He loved the children. He even built him a swing in the workshop yard.
And Billy used to take me up the bridge and tell me little stories about what happened in the days, the good parts and the bad days. It was so funny. He'd tell me stories when he was in the Merchant Navy, how he was going to every different part of the world in different ports.
I think they were more friends than work colleagues. Proper jokers together, always. Like even when Dad was ill, Martin came to visit him in hospital. They were very close.
Billy passed away in 2014. He had cancer, but it never ever changed him. He was always Billy the Bridge. And it was a sad time for me hearing the news, because I'd always expect Billy would be there all my life, but it's not going to happen, is it? Time comes when your time's up.
I think the bridge is just... We can't drive past the bridge without thinking of Dad. So we just go up there.
Do you feel a little bit closer to him when you're up there?
Yeah.
Everyone had their doors open in Pill. Everybody was friendly and used to be able to go in each other's houses and have great chats. Yes, I'll never forget, of course, when you're only 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of age, you can remember travelling on the transport bridge, and it was a great feeling.
If the dock and pill didn't exist, my parents wouldn't have met. And I definitely wouldn't have existed. So it's affected me, them, and it's connected a lot of people. History's important. And that really is part of Newport, isn't it?
When I got the job, I was so happy and chuffed. I don't think I slept for a couple of days until the Monday I started. And it was just such happy days to work on an icon like the transport bridge. And I've never looked back. I think that'd be the worst part, is when I retire, is I keep seeing the bridge like it's haunting me. But I will be happy for the next generation who takes it on from me.